Hi, Corey Eubanks here. I'm a managing broker in Washington and a principal broker in Oregon with Premier Property Group. And today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the sewer scope inspection. And I'm going to nerd out a little bit because this is probably my favorite inspection. It's really interesting to me, but there's a lot to know about it that you should know, and I'm going to share that with you. So, the sewer scope inspection is really important because it's one of the biggest mysteries when you're inspecting a house. There are a lot of things about houses we can tell by the naked eye that is going to need work. But the sewer scope inspection inspects the sewer connection between the house and the city sewer main. And you probably don't know what's going on in there. If anything, might be fine. But it's a big mystery. And it's a quick, easy test, usually about 15 minutes. They stick a camera. A special technician comes out and sticks a camera in what's called the sewer cleanout. If you see like a little black cap sticking up outside of, right outside the perimeter of the house, that's usually the sewer cleanout. Sometimes they're inside the garage, or the basement, but they're usually just right outside. So they stick a camera in and they shove it through. It's kind of like a colonoscopy for your house. And they connect all the way out to the city main. And they're looking to see if there's any breaks in the pipe, any roots in the pipe, any bellies in the pipe, and uh, and then they give their prognosis to see if it needs any repairs. Now, one thing I should caution is every municipality is a little different. In some of them, the homeowner is responsible for the sewer line from the house to the curb. Some of them from the house all the way to the city main. So your results may vary on that one. And it's a big mystery. I have had 100-year-old sewer lateral connections that are just fine. I've had practically brand new sewer lines that fail. They already have busts in them and roots. Now, it's if there is a problem, it's important to have an objective inspection. Be careful of using plumbers who also do repairs. I tend to recommend sewer scope inspectors who only do the inspection. They don't do repairs. That way, they don't have a vested interest in getting extra business out of you, and they'll give you a more objective point of view. Sometimes when plumbing outfits do it, they'll take minor issues and explode them into bigger concerns. Like, I recently had an inspection done on a sewer line where there was what's called a belly. It's a tiny little belly. The sewer line is just dipped a little bit for some whatever reason. This was a pretty old line, but it was about 100 feet long, 100 yards long, and the rest of the line was in good health. The belly was in a tiny little. It was a tiny little dip, and there were no apparent problems being caused by it. A regular plumber may have called it out for total replacement. But the objective inspector just told my client, look, just keep an eye on it, maybe have it scoped again in 5 years, and see if any problems develop. And it was fine. Now, a sewer line replacement can cost quite a bit of money. It could be, $6, $8, $10,000. There's permitting involved. It's a pretty big deal, and it also depends on how far into the street it needs to be. Also, there are different kinds of systems out there too. Like in Portland, there are still a few party sewers out there. That's not a very fun term, but it's where you share a sewer line with the house next door. And I'm going to save it for another time, but have I got a story for you about a crazy party sewer line in North Portland that I had to deal with. But anyways, if you have any questions about sewer scope inspections and what might be found down there, let me know. Again, this is Corey Eubanks with Premier Property Group, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Thanks.